Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga. I am Grace. Well, it's a lot of light. I can't see my face very good. I'm in front of a big window. Maybe I come up closer and see me better. All right. Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga, our warrior flow. We're on week one. Our focus is on self-love always and the physical body. We're starting at the most dense. This is the systemology, the system, the scientology of yoga is that we start with the asana, the most dense, and we move into the pranayama, pratyahara, and we move into less and less dense, more subtle, more refined states. So we can have that samadhi experience, that total immersion, that pure awakened consciousness. And as we refine our the subtleties and become more and more subtle, it just becomes natural. Awakening to higher and higher states becomes natural. Um, just as an ice cube becomes water, becomes vapor. Once it's vapor, it has all those qualities. And we will be in touch with all those qualities. But we're starting on the physical body. And today we're going to focus on our foundation, the foundation of each pose and each posture. And the foundation is where our body is connected to the earth. And people always think, oh, the feet. Well, yeah, in like Warrior One, Virabhadrasana One, Virabhadrasana Two. But when we're in like a cobra, it's going to be the pelvis, tops of the feet. So it changes depending on the pose, where our body is connected to the earth. And just like if we were to build a building or a home, we want to start with the foundation. So when we're building our yoga poses, we always start with our foundation, set that and make that stable and get that in alignment and get that set. And then we start to build upon and create more alignment and then the intention of the pose. And then we start to breathe and move through the pose. So today's going to be the beginning, the foundation, and so happy that you're here. Let's begin with a grounding. Sorry that you can't see my face very well. Maybe as I go, no, it's worse when I go back. Huh. No, maybe if I turn off the light here. All right. Well, you know what I look like, so we're going to begin. We're going to sit in our Sukhasana, nice easy seat, seated position, or if you want to be in hero or lotus or half lotus, find your seat, sitting comfortable in our seat, and taking a moment to rest simply in breath awareness, feeling the earth underneath you, supporting you, and connecting with the breath, your natural rhythm. Drop that breath down to the lower abdomen, down into the lower belly. Abdominal breathing, belly breathing, inviting the nervous system to calm, to relax, and release those health building hormones like serotonin. Connecting with your own being, your own self. And taking this moment now as you continue your abdominal breathing to close your eyes and draw your attention inward and check in. Check in with first the physical body, noticing any sensations, Noticing the earth underneath you that's supporting you, where your body is in space and time. Maybe feeling those shoulders, that head, those arms, that torso, the legs, feet, coming fully present to this asana, this physical being, this body temple, this sacred embodiment. The temple we carry around with us everywhere we go, our home, while we have this physical lifetime experience. Just to honor it. It's not our eternal self. It is providing us this opportunity to have this experience, this physical human experience. And dive in and check in the energy and the emotional body. Noticing without any judgment as you feel the emotions and feel the emotional aspect of yourself, this manomaya kosha, as we dive in. No emotions are good or bad, right or wrong. They're all simply arising and falling. They change. Emotions change. Sensations change. Just witnessing without any judgment. And I invite you to not even label, try to squeeze an emotion down into a title. Feel it. Remain in that felt sense of simply feeling the kaleidoscope. It could have a little bit of 10 different emotions in there. So just feel what is arising fully without pushing it away. Bring it on. And also having this knowledge, this wisdom, that as the thoughts and the feelings and the sensations arise within us, it's not us. These are temporary, fleeting thought channels, just like a radio channel, a television channel that we're tuning into. We can change that channel at any time. Emotions arise and fall. We have a DNA filled with conditioning and patterns that we have inherited, we have been born into, and a lot of stuff that's certainly not ours from generations back. So never take a thought or an emotion personally. They're not you. You are pure consciousness that can witness and experience emotions and thoughts and sensations. And one of the things about this physical human experience is emotions. Many souls come down so they can have an emotional experience. We can't have that as deeply when we're our non-physical eternal self. So those emotions they serve us. And then create your intention for the practice. And I want to invite you to create an intention today, if it feels correct for you or right for you, of seeing yourself as a competent, joyful, ecstatic, and fulfilled yoga instructor. And see that in your mind's eye. See you leading classes, whether it's breath work, ceremonies, asana, kriya, whatever it may be. See yourself as fully fulfilled and happy, competent, and well-loved and respected yoga instructor. See your classes, see your students, just see that intention of you leading others in this beautiful ancient philosophy. And releasing the intention with this or better, this or better, this or better. And let's come up to a standing position. And let's shake the body out. Shake it out, shake the arms, the legs out, whole body shake. Beautiful. We're just going to do a little cross crawling, couple little warm-ups before we move into the warrior flow. And this is brain gym. This is a little bit of brain gym. You can also do your elbow to your knee. I'm just cross crawling, finding ways you can. Another really fun one is the foot. It's the foot, not with the hand. Creates a little coordination. Remember, this is the best thing you can do. Even if you're in a classroom and you're going to take a test, or you're ready to play some sports or do something where you really need your brain power, just take some time to cross crawl, whatever it might be, touching the opposite side to the opposite side. And it creates a connection in the brain. And it has been, studies have been done where it actually helps performance. So that's a good thing. Let's bring those arms up, clasping the hands and opening up the side body. Feeling that nice stretch. Then moving over to the other side. Warming up that spine a little bit before we move. Breathing. And the breath flowing. And a little back bend. We'll do our breath of joy. So, little inhale, bringing the hands up, parallel to the floor, out wide, and then that third inhale, up, and then we're going to bend the knees and hinge forward with an exhale together. Two more times. And let's stay down in our forward fold Uttanasana, relaxing the head. And this is a time where we can use our blocks. You might use them a little bit today. And it's always better to use a prop and be in perfect alignment than to force without a prop. I don't use them much because I do a lot of yoga in nature, but props are amazing. We'll do a whole class on props. And then let's just roll up. Let that vertebrae from those lower lumbar, lower thoracic, mid thoracic, upper thoracic, and then the cervicals are going to be the very last, and that's what's going to lift up the head. Feels so good. It wakes up that spine, that nadi system. And we're going to move into our warrior flow. We're going to be going through this every week for a while. But today our focus is going to be on foundation. And of course, the physical body. So we're focusing on this physical structure here. So I'm going to move into Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. And the first thing we do is we set the foundation. So the foundation is the feet in this pose. And I have both feet at a wide stance. And then I'm going to take my right foot, it's going to be my front foot, and I'm going to point it 90 degrees towards the front. And the back foot, there's so much variation on this back foot through different yoga instructors, different books, everything. But I like to say from this 90 degrees, go 30, 35, 45. You just, in the warrior poses, it's not like a high lunge where your feet are parallel. So that back foot is going to be at a little bit of an angle. And I invite you to honor your body and find out what works best. It works best like this, like this, like this. Play around with it and find out where in this range with that back foot feels best for you. And you can try different things and eventually you'll find what works for you. This is about right for me. So this is our foundation. This is in Virabhadrasana 2, this is where our foundation is going to be. And then after we set the foundation, and the heels are lined up. And sometimes the front heel is going through the arch of the back foot. So anywhere from lining up the heels to the front heel going through the arch of the back foot. So they are in an alignment, same plane. And then once the foundation is set, you're going to start working on the alignment. So that front knee is going to go right over the front ankle. Back thigh is going to be in the thigh loop. It's going to be engaged. And in Virabhadrasana 2, where we're starting, the hips are facing forward. We don't need to square the hips. We're going to do that in our Virabhadrasana 1, but they're facing forward. And then we bring those arms out. And it's nice to make sure the back, sometimes people will drop that back arm when they're in Warrior 2. It's nice to have them be level, so they're on the same height from the ground. They're both level. And then, without hinging forward, we're going to just turn the head to gaze out over those front fingertips. And so now we have this nice alignment, and we're going to engage those bandhas gently and bring in the breath to this pose. We're in a hatha pose, so we're going to breathe, noticing the physical body, physical sensations. And I like to hold for 3 breaths. When you move through yoga too fast, you miss yoga. You can't be present to the sensations of that you're experiencing through the practice. And now on our next inhale, we're going to drop the back arm to the back leg. We're going to maintain the same foundation, and we're going to reach that front arm up. You can do Parita Virabhadrasana, reversed warrior. And here we are. Knees over the ankle, remembering we don't want that knee to go forward. If it's a little back, it's okay. But when it moves forward to the ankle, it can put stress on the knee when the knee is forward of the ankle. Opening up the chest, gazing up towards the heavens, engage those bandhas and breathe. One more deep breath, reaching up. And on the exhale, swooping that front arm. I'm going to adjust my foundation a little bit. I'm going to bring my back leg back for side angle here, or you can maintain the same. Now this front arm is not, I'm not leaning and putting my weight on this. No weight, I'm just resting it here. I have a little cup, like I could hold some water here. And then I bring that back arm up alongside the body. There's a few ways you can do it. Forward, back, find what works for you. And Hips are still facing forward. Engage those bandhas and breathe. And you can gaze up at the fingertips if you like. A nice deep breath. On the next inhale, you're gonna straighten that front leg. Now this is a really good opportunity to use a block. And we're gonna bring front arm down the block. And that's my right hand. My left hand is reaching up. So we can get those hands in alignment. Tiny micro bend in that front leg. We don't want to lock it. It's just a tiny micro bend. Chest is open and your body is all in one plane. So if there's two, if you're between two planes of glass or two walls, you'd fit right, slip right between them. You're not going out or back. We're staying right in this plane. Engage the bandhas and breathe, and you can gaze up at those fingertips if you like. And a little bit of twist in the neck. Like that. Inhale, reaching those fingertips up towards the heavens, sky, and exhale, those hands down now. And you don't have to use a block, but if you like to. And then we're going to move into our pyramid. Here we are. This one I'm not going to use the blocks because I'm going to really want the stretch. Is to relax the body, relax the head. It's a little bit of a resting pose, but it gives a nice stretch on the back leg muscles. And breathe. Engage those bandhas. Now we're going to move into revolve triangle, and I'm going to adjust the foundation just a little. I'm going to bring my foot a little further in, not quite like this, but a little further in, just to help with the twist. That's what will find the perfect alignment for you for the twist. And you can you can use a block or not. Bringing the left hand is going to be rooted. And you're gonna twist away from me. I'm gonna be twisting away from you. It's a revolved Trikonasana, revolved triangle, the Viparita Trikonasana, revolved triangle. And we're going to raise that right arm up. And engage the bandhas and breathe. One more breath. And on your exhale, bringing the hand down. We're going to rest in that pyramid again. And then we're going to come up. Next inhale, coming up into our Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1, bending that knee so it's right over the ankle. You can come up to the knee first if you like, and then coming all the way up. There's variations if you want to with Virabhadrasana 1. You can stay low and stay here. And know that as you advance and you practice more and the body has more body memory, you'll be able to get a little higher and more advanced. So now we're going to square those hips. We've set this foundation. We haven't changed the foundation yet. You might want to move this foot a little bit from the twist, the back foot. The feet are still in this wide stance. Front is 90 degrees. Your back one is in that range. And the arms are up, hips are squared. So when the hips are squared, because my left leg is back, I'm going to move that left hip forward and right hip back a little to square. Engage those bandhas and breathe. Knees right over the ankle. Shoulders are relaxed down. Breath. We're going to move into Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. So we're going to either just plunge right into it or take a step forward. And I have this here. If you have a chair or you have a piece of furniture or something that you can hold on to in the beginning, and then we're going to hinge forward, lifting the back leg up, flexing that back leg, and bringing the front arms forward. Find a dristi, a spot in front of you that's not moving, you can gaze at to help with your stability, and breathe. If you come out, it's okay, just come back in. One more breath. Beautiful, and coming back. Beautiful. So our foundation in Virabhadrasana 1 was just the front foot, nice and stable. And now we're going to move into, we're going to keep this stance. We're going to change our foundation just slightly. The legs are still wide. And the feet are facing forward, both feet forward. And we're going to move into a star pose. We're going to bring the arms up. Equal. Find those loops a little bit. Engage. Keep that posture aligned. Engage the bandhas and breathe. More breath. And on the exhale, bringing the hands to the hips, and we're going to change the foundation a little. We're going to bring the heels in, and the feet are going to be facing out. Call them froggy feet sometimes. Just adjusting that foundation slightly. And once that foundation is set and solid, we're going to move into the pose. So we're going to bend those knees. We're going to move into goddess. Bend those knees and find your squat. You might want to widen your stance a little. You might want to bring it narrow. You might want to find that you just want to bend your knees a little. You may want to find you want to go to a really low squat. Linda, you're just wanting attention today. Huh, baby boy? Find your squat. Open those arms. Find your goddess pose with your arms. Engage the bandhas and breathe. One more breath here. Beautiful job. On the next inhale, coming up. And when you get up, we're going to put the hands on the hips. Going to keep the same foundation. You might want to loosen the feet a little, have them a little more forward, not quite as much to the side. And we're going to move into wide leg forward fold. So the first thing we do is we're going to stick that tailbone up a little pelvic tilt towards the front to help with this hinging forward and help with our lower back. And then begin to hinge at the hips. We're hinging at the hips. The spine is not moving right now. We're going to just let the movement be in the hips. And be really conscious of it and notice when you get that edge. And once you get that edge, allow the spine to round, come down to a block or the floor. And if you need to bend those knees as much as you need to, feel free. And we don't ever want to be locking the knees. So we always want a little micro bend in those knees so we're not locking them. And I want to remind you as we move through this practice to take a break. At any time, if you need a break, Anytime, and if you're in any kind of pain, always back off. If there's pain, always play your edge, your gentle edge. We're not forcing or striving or pushing our bodies. This is a gentle opening. So relaxing in this nice inversion. You might want to move a little side to side, bending one knee, stretching the other leg. Moving side to side. And we're in the body this week, so notice these beautiful sensations. We'll always be in sacred embodiment, but we're really focusing on all these beautiful physical sensations. This body tempo. Keeping the breath flowing. One more breath here in the middle. You can hold your elbows if you want. Find a variation. Bring the arms up to the lower back. And on your next inhale, we're going to bring the hands to the hips again. And we're going to lift that head as high as we can before we hinge. Normal C, and then begin to hinge up. That's really important because this head's very heavy and we want to protect that lower back. So if we lift the head first and then hinge up, takes a lot of weight off that lower back. And now we're going to move to the other side and repeat the same thing to in the other side. My front foot, I'm going to point 90 degrees towards the front, the back foot, anywhere 45, 35, 32, 30. Will you figure out what works good for your body and your structure? And find the width that works best. And you might want to adjust that. Sometimes when I start to bend the knee and I notice it's wanting to go forward of the ankle, I scoot that foot forward and widen my stance so I'm in the best alignment. And hips are facing forward, knees right over the ankle, this back thigh's engaged slightly, arms up, and then turn the head to gaze out over those fingertips. Engage the bandhas and breathe. Be the warrior, notice the physical sensations. Feel that strong foundation. Nice deep inhale. On the exhale, bring the back arm to the back leg and reach that front arm up into our reversed warrior. Viparita Virabhadrasana. Gazing up towards the sky and breathe. Gentle engagement of the bandhas. Feel in that prana we're building with the breath, so our bodies can be more vital. Inhaling into the extended fingertips, and exhale, we're going to hinge forward, resting backward. This front arm on the front leg, back arm either way. You want to bring that arm up. And there's a line of line of energy here. Every pose has a line of energy. We're focusing on foundation, but I'll share it with you on this one. It comes from the back foot alongside the whole side body, up and out the extended fingertips. Engage the bandhas and breathe. And very little weight here in this front. So one more breath. And on the exhale, straightening that front leg, micro bend. Watch here. Bringing that lower arm down. This is my left hand now, my front onto the block or the floor, and extending the right arm up. Nice little micro bend in that front leg, the left leg. Feeling that heart open, engage the bandhas and breathe. And gaze up at the fingertips if you like, or you can keep the head in alignment with the spine. If you have any neck issues, please keep the head in alignment with the spine. Next inhale, reaching up to the sky. And exhale, bringing that hand down. You can either have a block on either side, or if you're able to come down to the floor comfortably, just come down to the floor and rest in pyramid. Resting the body on that, with that front leg. And breathe. Notice those physical sensations, that nice stretch on the front leg. Notice the strong arms, the strong back leg. Now we move into Trikonasana. I'm going to use a block. I have my right hand on the block, twisting away and raising that left arm up. And engage those bandhas and breathe. Remember, you can adjust that back foot, that foundation on the back foot a little bit. And move that back foot a little more in if you like. Inhale, reaching into the fingertips. And exhaling that hand back down, taking a couple breaths. Nice little rest in pyramid. Now we're going to move into our Virabhadrasana 1. So find any adjustment in your foundation you might need. We're going to come up to the thigh. Gently bring the body. I'm adjusting my foundation, widening it a little bit. So when I bend that knee, it's not going to go over past the ankle. And now we're going to square those hips. So now my right leg's back. I'm going to bring that right hip forward a little bit, left back. Beautiful. And bringing the arms up and the shoulders relaxing down. Gazing forward as that warrior that moves in divine action. Takes those actions it needs to take, aligned with its intention. Engage the bandhas and breathe. One more breath. And move into Virabhadrasana 3. So we're going to take that one step first, if you like, or just flow right into it if this is in your practice. And this is a balance, so kind of an advanced balance. So use something to hold on to if you need. A chair. I have a little chair prop that I use, but that's downstairs. And then hinging forward as you lift the back leg up, begin to flex that back foot, bringing the front arms forward. Find that wrist, that spot you can gaze at. It helps your balance. And breathe. You come out, just come back in. One more breath. Beautiful job. And then coming back. Beautiful job. And we're going to change that foundation. We're going to bring the feet hip width apart. And take a moment, opening up the arms, and take a moment to notice the sensations in your body. Notice how your body feels after doing this flow, this standing flow, warriors. More tapas, energizing, or it takes more effort. Feel that deep connection with your body, this body temple, sacred embodiment. You may feel your heart beating. Feel tingling in your hands or your lips, and your whole body. Beautiful. We're going to move now into standing yoga mudra. Yoga mudra is honoring the heart because as we move into the pose, the heart will be the highest organ in our body. So we're going to bring the hands behind the back, clasp them, opening up the chest. And we're going to hinge at the hips forward. And we'll round the spine and relax in this beautiful honoring of the heart. Engage the bandhas and breathe. And then releasing the hands, bringing the hands down to the earth. And we'll come down to a seated position. The feet in front of you. And do just a couple movements on the floor, a couple asana poses, and then we're going to move into our savasana. And today we're going to do a little extended savasana and samadhi practice. So here we are. I'm going to challenge you today a little bit. But here we are. We're going to lift those feet up and we're going to grasp onto the sides of the feet. Now I invite you, if the balance isn't good, to keep one heel down. We just move into one at a time. Let's start with one at a time. And one heel is on the earth, the other foot, we're just going to really feel the sensations in that leg. Move a little closer, a little wider. Nice stretching. Really bringing our awareness to that leg. And let's switch sides. Bringing that foot onto the earth and opposite leg, extending it out and feeling a nice stretch, moving it around a little bit. And if you like, you want to try, you can keep going side to side, but if you like to bring both heels up and move into a balancing bear, and both legs up at the same time. Find a spot in front of you, your drishti, something that's not moving, to gaze at for balance. Engage that mula bandha, that pelvic floor, or all the bandhas if you like. One more breath. Releasing down on the exhale. Beautiful job. And we're going to scoot forward. And we're going to, you can either just come down easily and gently, or if you want to move into some spinal rocks, you can do that. Making sure there's not, have a little bit of kind of a carpet here. If you're on a cement floor, you may want to pass or double up your mat. And come, so you're straight on your back. We're going to move into a knee down twist. Twists are beautiful, beautiful practices. They balance all the vayus and they bring a lot of energy into the spinal column. And they also cleanse the organs as we twist the spine and the body, cleansing toxins out of the organs. So we're going to begin by taking that left leg and bringing it straight out. And then coming up onto that left side, just an inch maybe. And take that right leg, bending the knee and bringing the right leg over to the left, using the left hand to guide the right knee over. And wherever it feels good for you, it doesn't need to be down to the floor by any means. It could be right here. Or it could be a little lower. And then take the right hand out 90 degrees. And we're going to turn the head to gaze out over the right fingertips. So we have a little twist in the cervicals, the thoracic, and the lumbar spine. And breathe and relax into this beautiful deep twist. Noticing the physical sensations, the physical body. You go into mental dialogue, just drop your attention down to the sensations in the physical body. Deep breaths into the belly. One more nice deep breath. And release the knee. Coming back to center. And we're going to move to the other side. And my foundation now is my entire back. My sacrum, I can feel my sacrum on the earth, my shoulder blades, even the arms. So I'm going to take the right leg out straight, up to move over to the right side just an inch or two, bending that left leg, bringing the left leg over to the right. Right hand is guiding the left leg. And you can see my foundation is shifting here a little. Lateral the side of my left leg. I'm feeling that shoulder blade, both shoulder blades on the earth. So you want the foundation, the back, this lower lumbar is going to be reaching off the floor, but as you come up to the upper back, it's connected to the earth. Right hand is out left hand is out 90 degrees, and turn the head to gaze out over the left fingertips. And breathe. Noticing the beautiful physical sensations. Enjoying the sensations. And one more breath here. And releasing the leg, coming back to center. And once you're all back to center, let's bring those knees into the chest. Hug and rock back and forth a little bit. Bring those feet together in our Supta Baddha Konasana, supine butterfly. And then pulling them gently in towards the body so you can feel a little hip opening. And if you like our balancing bear, you can take one leg at a time out and feel the nice stretch. Really getting embodied in these legs. Beautiful legs, curious around. And switch to the other side. Bring your attention to all the sensation in your legs. Let's bring both out. Let's bend those knees. Let the knees line up with the armpits. Holding the hands on the feet on the outside of the feet and gently pulling the feet down as you feel another nice hip opening in baby. And breathe. My foundation is my entire back. Entire spinal column from the sacrum is lifted off, but the lumbar vertebrae are connected to the earth, the thoracics, and the back of my head is connected to the earth. And then just moving into your happy baby will be our final pose. Or if there's any other pose you wish to do, now's a good time to do it. Moving around in our happy baby. Rediscovering our legs every day. More present in our body. Sacred embodiment. We have to come and become present and embodied in this physical, most dense aspect of ourselves before we can move into the more subtle aspects. It's just the way that it is. If we're disconnected to our physical body and we're all in our head and in the mental and distracted by everything out here and not feeling and knowing we have this temple right here, this is the way into the divine, into the God of our understanding, into our divine soul presence. So we have to first become more and more embodied in this beautiful sacred body temple in order to reach deeper inward. And so let's get into our Savasana. We're going to be in Savasana a little longer. I'm going to sit up because I'm going to guide you through a gentle samadhi. So get in a nice, comfortable position in your samadhi. Maybe you want to put a jacket on. Maybe you want to put a blanket over you, get nice and comfortable. Maybe some socks. And making any little last micro movements you need to make to get yourself nice and comfortable. Want to be really comfortable. Can be a little longer Savasana than normal. And we're going to take a moment now where we're going to stretch the arms, the legs, tighten the muscles, even the facial. Stretch and tighten, and then release. Let go. Relax the whole body completely. I'm going to do this 2 more times to really get embodied in this physical body temple. Stretching out the arms, the legs, the fingers, the toes, engaging the muscles of the face even, everything however you need to do it. Make sure you're in the body. Stretch, 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 and release. Relax. We do it 1 more time. Stretching out the body. All the muscles in the face. Holding it, stretching, Stretching, holding, engaging, and release. And relax the body completely. Let your body be released to the earth, feeling that ever-present support, reliable support, holding your body, supporting your body. You can relax and release every muscle, every finger, every toe, every molecule, all the systems of the body, the back of the body that's connected to the earth, letting it sink a little deeper, become a little heavier, releasing any tension, relaxing the front of the body. Any little micro movements, maybe the jaw, the face, the shoulders, let everything relax deeper and deeper. Becoming very aware of this physical body, asana, physical. Noticing the right side of the body, the left side of the body. Bringing your awareness to the upper half of your body, from the waist up. And the lower part of your body, from the waist down. Bringing your awareness to the entire body, 360 degrees. Inviting all the systems to relax, the heart, circulatory system, the lungs and the respiratory system. Feeling the bones become heavier, more relaxed, sinking towards the earth, relaxing the entire skeletal system. The whole organ of the skin, relaxing the reproductive system, the lymph system, the organs of the stomach and the intestines, the entire digestive system. All these physical systems, deeper and deeper relax the entire physical body. And the most subtle of the physical systems, the nervous system, inviting that brain, all the nerves, the capillaries, synapses, entire nervous system to relax. Entire physical systems and bodies relax. Every breath, the body becomes even more and more relaxed. Taking a nice deep breath into the belly. Move into some pranayama, to some mindful breathing. Mindful abdominal breathing. Find your own rhythm, your own pace. All your awareness on this breath in the belly. As you breathe, noticing any tingling, any energetic sensations around your body. Maybe your hands are tingling or your lips. Dive in a little deeper into pratyahara, into this inner aliveness, this world inside your own being, your own body, the body temple. You may feel the heart beating inside of you. There may be some energy that's moving or flowing, vibrating, pulsing. Noticing this dynamic energy field inside the body. All your awareness inward, inner aliveness, inner sensation, pulsation, warmth, cool, trembling, whatever's arising for you. I invite you now to bring your attention to the heart center. All your single pointed concentration to your heart. This heart center, this heart chakra, organ of the heart, right here in this center. So this whole chest, bring your attention to the heart center. And keep your concentration focused on the heart. If you find yourself getting distracted in a thought or thinking, just bring yourself back to that heart center. Single point of focus, concentration. I invite you now to release that concentration. Allow your consciousness to maintain a state of meditative awareness. Uninterrupted flow of meditation. Pure conscious awareness. Allowing as we sit at the door of our consciousness for a state of samadhi, deep conscious awareness. And you become everything, yet no one thing in particular. everywhere, yet nowhere. Rest in that silent stillness. That part in your mind that is completely awake, fully conscious, silent and still. Bring your concentration back to the heart, filling that heart with attention, appreciation, and love, acknowledging and honoring your own precious heart, how hard you try, the challenges you need to face with courage, and noticing the inner sensations stay inside in the heart, noticing this dynamic energy field within you, the aliveness, all those inner sensations, pratyahara. And taking a nice deep breath into the belly, continuing to breathe deep breaths into the belly as we move into pranayama. And bring your awareness now to the physical body asana. Feel where your body is connected and supported by the earth, the foundation. Feeling this physical body 360 degrees, fully present. Every finger, every toe, every molecule, every muscle, every bone. Taking this time now to scan the body, physical body, energy body, and scan the pratyahara, scan the inner aliveness, the inner being, the emotional state, inner dynamic energy field, deeper aspect of your being. Just noticing without any judgment or labels, basking in the felt sense. And bringing yourself back to that intention, seeing yourself with a small group or a large group, or maybe just one-on-one, teaching yoga in the form of your interest, your style. Competent, skilled, fulfilled, overflowing with joy, peace, sharing your gifts with confidence, competency, and releasing this intention and this vision with a this or better, this or better, this or better. Beginning to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Stretching out the arms and the legs. Back into your body, back into this time and space. Rejuvenated, vitalized, with soul power and soul presence. That which enlivens the physical body in every moment, our soul power and soul presence, the sacred, divine cosmic self that is embodied in this body temple. And it has flooded you with consciousness inside the body. And so coming back nice and slowly as you gently open your eyes. Oh, rolling over to one side or the other. Taking a breath here on the side. And when you're ready, coming up to a seated position. And then gently opening your eyes when you're ready. And we'll conclude this practice with the Namaste prayer. And bring your hands, once you're up and seated, and bring your hands in prayer position in front of your heart. You'll have this prayer memorized. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, light, truth, and peace. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for this warrior flow and samadhi practice. I am Grace with Ecstatic Yoga, wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day.